Hi there and welcome back to the channel. In this video I would be showing you how you can create a Raptor run game in GDevelop 5. So before we begin, let's take a look at the preview. So go ahead and preview this. So the main goal of the game is to jump over the similar to our Chrome dinosaur game. There we go. You jump over the cactus. And you also have a variable which scores the time right here, and once you're in collision with a cactus, the whole scene restarts. So I'll be showing you how to create this today. Okay, so here I have a scene with all my objects placed in. Just in case you want to download the sprites, a link would be in the description. You can also download the full project, the link would also be in the description. So let's begin. Let's go through all the objects we have. The first object we have is the dino. For our animation 0, our dino has a run animation in it. It consists of 16 frames, which we can preview. So this is what it looks like. And okay, so for animation 1, we have the jump frame. And for animation 2, we have the fall, which is when the raptor dies. Our dino has no behavior. Apply this. Next we have our platform. Our platform is a tiled sprite. It is a tiled sprite because we would make use of an X offset later on in the event. So this also has a behavior. It has only one behavior, which is the platform, so our raptor can run on. Apply this. Next we have a hitbox. Now this is the hitbox of our raptor, which is the dino object. Our hitbox has a platform object behavior with its default controls disabled and its jump sustain time changed from 0.2 to 0.5. Apply this, and next we have our cactus. Our cactus consists of 4 animations and a modified collision mask. This is what we have as the collision mask of our cactus. Close, and in our behaviors, our cactus has no behavior. Apply. Next we have a background. This is just a background sprite which has no behavior. Apply, and finally our score text. This is what should display the total mouse covered by our raptor. So we can go ahead and apply this. So with that placed in the scene, let's go into our events and fill out some events. So first of all, we need to position, sorry about that. We need to position the raptor to follow our hitbox. So main event, add a new event, add an action. This would have no condition. So select dino and we'll change the position. For the sign, we'll set to. On the x-axis, we'll get our object hitbox dot x and we'll subtract 140 from it. For the y-axis, we'll set this and we'll get our hitbox dot y and would subtract and would subtract 80 from it. Okay, this should be there we go. You can go ahead and mess with the values just to get which suits you. Preview this, and here we have our dino. Okay, so just in case you're wondering what the size of our hitbox is, it's for the width it's 51 by 64, which is for the height. So back into our event. Now let's go ahead and add an offset to our platform right here. So back into our events, add an action, select platform, and we'll go ahead and search up X offset, image X offset, sign, add value 5. Apply this, and if you preview this, we should see our platform moving in this order. Close. Now let's ensure our player is able to jump. For this, we'd add a new event and we'd check for a key press. We'd add a condition and check for key pressed. The key we'll be checking for is our space key. So once our space key is pressed, add an action. Let's simulate a jump. Simulate jump key press for our dino. For our hitbox. There we go. Now for the animations, we can go ahead and add a new event, add a condition, select hitbox, and we'll check for a jump. So if our hitbox is jumping, okay, add an action, dino, animation, change the animation by name to jump. Okay, now if it's falling or it's on the floor, we need to set the animation back to the run animation. So add a new event, add a condition. We search up our or. Okay, add a sub condition, and hitbox is on the floor. Let's check for it's on the floor. Okay, or our hitbox is falling. Okay, add an action, dino, animation, change the animation sign set to, animation by name. The name of our animation is run. Okay, save that, and we can go ahead and preview this. And now if I press space key on my keyboard, our Raptor should jump and should return to its run animation once it's on the floor. So next up, let's work on our cactus, how we spawn our cactus, and how we make our cactus follow our platform. So close this, and the first thing we need to do is add new events and add a condition. We'll make use of a timer here. So let's go ahead, a value of a scene timer. Our timer's name, I'll call this spawn. The sign, once it's greater than, now it sets a random here. So we have it spawning at different times. So random in range, the minimum value, that's the minimum amount of seconds, we set this to 3. And for maximum, I guess 6 would do. Okay, let's also add a trigger once. Right there. Okay, so once this is, once all conditions are met, let's add an action to, let's select our cactus and create the object cactus at the X position of 700 and the Y position of -300. So next, let's add an action to reset our timer. So start a scene timer. Our timer's name is spawn. Okay. Now we'd also need to start the timer at the beginning of the scene. It's in the beginning of the scene. Okay, let's copy this, copy and paste. Now if we preview this, it should spawn the cactus. We also need to add a force to our cactus so it comes into the screen. So we'd add a new event, add an action. Let's select cactus and force. Add a force on the x-axis. It would be a -300, and on the y-axis we'd set that to 0. It would be an instance force. Okay, and preview. And there we go, we have our cactus spawn there. We should see another. Now let's check for a collision between our cactus and our hitbox. So add new event, add a condition, hitbox is in collision with cactus. Okay. Now we can go ahead and add an action to reset our scene. So change to the scene. Our scene would be main scene. Okay, and finally our counter at the top. To do that, would add a new event and create a timer, add a condition, and timer, value of a scene timer. Our timer's name would be distance. The sign is greater than, and once it's greater than, I guess 0.8 seconds. Okay, we can go ahead and add an action to change our variable, which is value of a scene variable. Our variable name would be score. Sign, add value 1. Okay, and let's also start our timer at the beginning of the scene. So I'll copy this, paste, and I'll set this to distance. Now copy the action which resets our distance timer and paste it right here. So once it's greater than 0.8 seconds, it resets the timer and it keeps going in a loop. Finally, let's modify our text, which is our score text. So score and modify the text sign set to, and the value would be our variable string score. Okay, control save and preview. Okay, let's not forget to hide our hitbox. So right here, add an action, hitbox, hide. Okay, and preview. So there we go, we've successfully created our Raptor run game. Here's our Raptor running and jumping over the cactus. We also have our counter at the top of the scene, and once we're in collision with a cactus, it restarts the scene. So there you go, that's how to create a Raptor run game in GDevelop 5. Like I said earlier, I'll leave a link in the description to download the template, and if you want to see more tutorials like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you guys in my next tutorial. Thanks for watching.